Contractors are accusing the State Department of Transportation of violating lobbying laws and wasting millions of dollars. The accusations are related to the reconstruction of Exit 122 on Interstate 86 in Orange County. Lancaster Development in Schoharie County says they had the lowest bid for the project, but after the project was initially advertised, the DOT added a requirement that the contractor sign a project labor agreement, which would mean the contractor would have to use union employees instead of their own workforce. Lancaster Development did not sign the agreement, and the contract went to the next lowest bidder to the tune of an extra $4.5 million. Lancaster's president, Mark Galasso, is filing a complaint with the state comptroller's office. Galasso and Lori Florian from Alpha Drilling and Blasting in Queensbury are joining me now to explain the complaint. Thank you both for being here with me today.
Thank you.
So, Mark, tell me why you plan to file this complaint, you and the Empire State, chapter of Associated Builders.
Right. Well, if you look at the purpose of the project labor agreement, its stated goals, it says that it will save the taxpayers dollars by negotiating better wages and benefit agreements that would result in savings to the taxpayers. We submitted a bid not taking into account those changes. And in spite of the fact that our bid didn't take into account those projected savings, we still had the lowest bid. In full compliance with state specifications and contract requirements, because we know our workforce. We know what our workforce is capable of, and it allows us to work more efficiently than other contractors. We pay the same state prevailing wage and benefits, and so what's effectively happened is DOT, by entering into this agreement, has forced the taxpayers to spend an extra $4.5 million and get nothing in return.
But the state argues that the project labor agreements actually have better quality and are saving the state's money, and you've basically just said that that's not the case.
That's correct. New York State and the federal government have prevailing wage laws in which any company working for a state or federal agency has to pay union wages and fringe benefit amounts. So even though we're not a union company, we still have to pay the same wages and benefits. As to quality, I just look locally right here in Albany. It was our firm that reconstructed Exit 6 on the Northway. It was a 2.5-year, very complicated multi-phase project that everybody locally saw. You can see that the quality of work that our workforce is able to put in place, we're more than capable of building Exit 122 in Orange County.
And Lori, if the state or the DOT continues to impose project labor agreements on these contracts, how would that affect your business?
Well, it has a direct impact on my business, being in a volatile sort of business working with explosives. This PLA mandates that I have to hire out of the union labor and blasters and drillers that I don't know their ability or their qualifications. They may be good, skilled people, but I know my employees' skills. I've trained them. We're licensed. They fall under our company's safety program. So I'm not comfortable at all putting my livelihood at risk by having to hire people I don't know their qualifications or their skills.
Which kind of goes against the state's whole push to award more contracts to minority and women-owned businesses.
That's right. That's right. When Andrew Cuomo was elected governor, he stated that he wanted to see the state and its agencies maximize the use of WBEs and DBEs and make sure that they were being provided the opportunities that that program is designed to provide. And I do have to wonder if he knows that the agency did make this negotiation, and I think that he would be as surprised as I am, and I'm hoping that he does something about it.
Yeah. Mark, you're also alleging that the DOT violated state labor lobbying laws.
That's correct. The New York State has a procurement lobbying law which prohibits negotiations on a contract that's in the bidding period. The bid period started on February 9th of this year, and on March 11th, the project labor agreement was signed by the Trades Council. Clearly, that negotiation occurred during the restricted period in direct violation of that law. In addition, there are federal regulations on how a project labor agreement has to prove its value. And there were several steps that they skipped in the analysis of that. And the results are irrefutable. Our bid without the PLA is $4.5 million lower. Clearly, it did not meet the stated goal of saving taxpayer money. And the governor, he's rightly showed the fiscal crisis that we're in. Can we afford it?
So are you guys saying that the DOT, the state, is purposely tilting the playing field in favor of unions? And if so, why would they be doing that?
I really can't speak to that. I don't know their intent. You know, their public statement is they wanted to save taxpayer money and increase the participation of women and minority-owned businesses. They've clearly failed. Our submission included nearly 16% participation from women and minority-owned businesses on a project that only had a 9% goal. It's our understanding that the second bidder hasn't even been able to achieve the 9% goal. So we're hurting both the taxpayer and the minority and women-owned business community. Is that really the direction the state wants to be going in?
What are your thoughts on that?
My thoughts are, as a DBE in a small business, I can't work under a PLA agreement because it would cost my company more money than I could feasibly charge for this project. That kind of a agreement puts me out of business. I can't compete. And the state is saying that this is better for small business. It clearly isn't. And I can't risk my licenses, my livelihood, on being told I have to use other skilled labor.
So this isn't something that has normally been done in the past. Are you guys afraid that this is a trend that is that you're going to see more in the future? I mean, highway construction season is just starting to pick up.
Yes, absolutely. I'm concerned, and that's one of the reasons why I'm speaking out. I'm unaware of any other project that the Department of Transportation has entered into that has a project labor agreement in it or had one in it. And with the history, the track record of success of the department in having open and fair competition with a level playing field, we all have to pay the same wages, we all have to provide the same benefits, whether we're non-union or union, it does not matter. That track record of success is well documented. Why change the game now? It really begs the question, what's their real motive?
All right. Well, that's all the time we have right now. Mark, Lori, thank you so much for sharing your story with us.
Thank you very much.